Hello, friends. Welcome to your chill yoga class. We're going to start in a seated position. You can sit cross-legged or sit on your shins. You can also have a cushion underneath your hips if that would be more cozy and comfortable for you. You can also have a blanket or a hoodie nearby in case you like to cozy into Shavasana at the end. And go ahead and make your way to your seat. And then whether you've chosen to sit cross-legged or sit on your shins, just go ahead and allow your hands to rest on your thighs. Close your eyes and draw your attention inward. Oftentimes it takes a little bit of time to transition from our focus in the external world, the things that are happening around us, the things that we need to get done, and the things that we have been doing right before this moment. And so here we just welcome ourselves to the internal world. I always like to fixate my attention like right in the middle of my torso. And if you could imagine like a black hole in space, sort of that infinite feeling, okay, that infinite imagination, wide open. And so just as you bring your attention inward, stay really patient with yourself. If the mind feels really busy or you're being distracted with thought, no problem. You just bring your attention right back into the breath and into this space inside your body. And you soften the muscles of the face all the way around your neck, or the tops of the shoulders. And find a subtle tuck of the chin and a lengthening across the back of the neck. Even visualize a little string on the base of the skull lifting up. And now start to bring depth to your breath. A little more conscious and a little more active. Allow the breath to be even in both directions. And just notice if there's any extra tension that's crept up, perhaps across the chest, the side body, maybe in the hip flexors. And just keep your attention on a soft yet strong seat. We're seated with purpose and just that deep sense of trust and alert relaxation. And then if it resonates with you, go ahead and bring your hands to your heart, palms to touch. Bow the chin and just keep the eyes closed, the face expression soft. May we open ourselves up to the infinite possibility of life when we commit to filling our cups, when we commit to taking care of ourselves first and foremost, when we commit to the unraveling of the word guilt. We are not born with guilt. It's something that we've collected along the way. And I think we can all take a page out of that book where we just really let go. Okay, we let go of guilt. We let go of any dialogue around the self-care. Okay, when we take care of ourselves, we learn to say no to things that are no longer serving. We take time to be alone, to really feel into the edges of ourself, and knowing that what comes from that is a deeper connection, a deeper relationship with self. And the most important relationship of life right here, you with you. And mindfully open your eyes. And then just take your left hand beside your hip. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. And just find side bend to the left. Feel free to keep your eyes soft or closed. And then micro bend the left elbow and see if you can root the right sit bone to really reach your right fingers up and out. And smooth and steady, come all the way up through center. Right hand down beside your hip, left arm rises. And you side bend to the right. And keep your jaw relaxed. And soft bend the right elbow in towards the right hip and really lean over to the right with the left fingertips rising. And we come all the way through center. Left hand now lands behind the hip. Right hand comes to the outside of left knee or left thigh. And we twist. Chin can come towards the left collarbone. You can either plant the left hand or tent the fingers. It's wherever you feel you can still maintain the height of your seat. And come through center, nice and steady. Right hand comes behind and left hand comes to the outside of right thigh or right knee. Smooth, even breaths in and out. Right chin towards right collarbone. And keep your right hand where it is. Just take your left hand all the way back around through center and left hand behind the hip. Tent the fingers, roll the shoulders back, lift the sternum, chin lifts. And we open through the front of the throat, the whole front body. An option to plant the palms, just maintaining the lift of the chin. You really relax the head back into the shoulders. You can easy bring your chin through to center and come all the way up through seated. Hands come forward. We bow forward over the thighs and allow the forehead to move in the direction of the earth. Palms down, forearms and elbows are heavy. And then just do your best to keep the sitting bones rooted down into your mat. Just maintaining that connection to the seat. And smooth and steady, come up through center. If you were cross-legged, just an invitation here to switch which foot is on the top. Okay, you need to make any adjustments to your seat, go ahead and do that. And just reconnect down with sit bones. Now we find breath with movement. Arms reach high, thumbs back behind you, full breath. Left hand down beside you, side bend to the left. Up through center, inhale. Right hand down, side bend to the right. And then up through center with both arms. Left hand behind you, we rotate to the left and right hand to the outside of left thigh. Okay, up through center, breathe in. And we twist the other way. Okay, arms up through center, full breath. Hands go behind you. Exhale, we lift the heart. Arms reach up, come through center. And when the hands come down, we bow forward. And one more time like that, we reach up high, full breath. Left hand down, side bend to the left. Up through center. And then side bend to the right. Up through center, full breath, we reach tall. Twist to the left and exhale. Through center, breathe in. Twist to the right, we breathe out. Up through center, full breath. Arms go wide and behind you. Lift the sternum, lay the head back. Chin through neutral, arms high, breathe in. Bow forward, palms, forearms heavy as we bow. Pause here, take 3 breaths. Last breath in. Roll yourself all the way up through to seated. Take your hands on either sides of your knees if you're cross-legged. And if you are on your hips, come around onto the glutes and knees come out in front. And your arms wrap around the shins. You can catch opposite elbow or perhaps opposite calf. And then round the chin, roll the shoulders back and close the eyes. And from here, we sit up tall. Make your way around onto your back. Feet to the floor, spine is long on your yoga mat. Let's find a little sway here if you like with your knees left and right. And then keep your knees bent. Left foot stays to the floor and right knee hugs in towards the right shoulder. You can find a bit of movement here if you like. Right knee to the right, out wide, and then in towards the torso. And then settle the right knee in the direction of right shoulder. An option to take your left knee to the left for half butterfly. Keep the breath steady and even in both directions. Just noticing what you feel on the groins of your legs, perhaps into the hip flexor on your left hip. Mindfully bring your left knee up through center. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh for thread the needle. And lace your fingers behind your left hamstring and hug your knees in towards you. And roll the legs a bit over to the left if you wish. Just really working into what you feel on the outside of your right hip. And then mindfully set your left foot flat down onto your mat. Cactus your right arm and allow your knees to fall to the left for a spinal twist. You can take your left hand to the front of your right ankle and just work towards having your right foot flat on the floor on the left side of your mat. You may feel this on the right side body, into the right hip, and the twist into the low back. And keep your legs in the shape that they are. Use your core and come all the way up through center with your left foot flat to the floor. And then cactus your left arm as well. So now both arms are out to the side in this sort of goalpost shape. Take your left foot nice and wide to the left, and then allow your knees to fall to the right. And we're looking for internal rotation on the left hip. Okay, so the weight of your right foot, inviting your left knee down into the midline of your body and to your mat, is what we're looking for. Okay, so you might adjust your left foot slightly, maybe a little ahead or a little wider. I'm just looking for that gentle tug on the inside of your left hip, kind of like where your leg meets your pelvis. And then use your core, low ribs in, start to bring your knees up through center and square the left foot in line with left hip. From here, set your right foot flat down with your knee bent and hug your left knee into your chest. And start to take your left knee wide and in narrow towards the torso. Just really taking your time to navigate your hip here. And then left knee can just come out a little wider towards the shoulder, and right knee opens to the right for half butterfly. And visualize one long line from each knee, and just try to lengthen that line so the knees pull apart from one another. And bring your right knee up through center, foot to the floor. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh and hug your knees in for thread the needle. You can lace your fingers behind your right leg or on the front of the right shin. And breathe deep, nice and even breaths. And just take your time. And let go of the grip, let your right foot set down on the mat. Keep your legs in the same shape, and then just allow the knees to fall over to the right. An option to take your right hand to the front of the left ankle and cactus the left arm. So you might feel this in the outside of the left hip and the left side body, as well as the twist into the low back. So if you need to customize this shape and make any adjustments, please feel free to navigate and explore that. Relax the torso, soften the eyes, and just notice if the thoughts start to creep in. Keep the attention on your body. Think that black hole in space, just with infinite attention to come in and in and in. And then use your core. Come all the way up through center. Cactus your right arm as well. And then heel toe your right foot off and to the right and allow your knees to fall to the left. And we're looking for that internal rotation on the right thigh. So with the weight of the left foot on top of the right thigh, just notice that little tug on the inside of your right hip. You may also feel this in the front of the right hip flexor. Just depending on how your body is put together, how much tension you do hold in the hips. And you can even take into account any injuries or just areas of tension that are consistent in your body. Sometimes can show up in different shapes and also on different sides. And then use your core to come all the way up through center and bring your right foot back into square. Bring both of your feet down, flush to the floor, little tuck of the tailbone. And then pull your knees into you. You may lift your head and bring your nose close to your knees, a little roll left and right. And then we'll go to happy baby. Hands can go to the outsides of your feet, heels up high, a little roll left and right. So just already noticing how you might be feeling a little more relaxed just by taking this time for you. You need to fill your cup to really walk the talk of self-care. And it doesn't always look like taking time to be alone for an entire day. Okay, although it could look like that. It could also look like saying no to things that no longer serve, saying no to things that just won't really help you fill your cup in that given moment on that given day. And then bring the bottoms of your feet to touch, just keeping your hands on the outsides of the feet. Hug the knees into the outsides of the shoulders, and then also bring your feet into you. You know, let the knees go wide and hug the feet into you once again. Just keeping your head on the mat. And then easy, just let go of your feet, lengthen your legs up towards the ceiling. Arms reach up to match the legs. And then we rest here. If you have a block or cushion, that might feel nice to bring it underneath the hips for a little extra height. If you don't have that, no worries, just keep your hips on the mat. And point and flex your feet one by one, a couple times here. Little ankle circles as well as wrist circles here, both directions. And then come to stillness and just allow the arms to be heavy in their sockets. Maybe feeling the blood flow away from your fingers and toes, back down the limbs into the torso. Nice and easy, just set your feet down onto your mat. Take your knees open wide and bring the bottoms of your feet to touch. Let your left hand rest in the center of the chest and the right hand on the belly. Long breath in right here where you're at. And long breath out. Make your way into Shavasana. You can lengthen your legs out and one time just flex the toes towards you and then let them fall open to either side of your space. Press into the back of the head, pull the shoulder blades together. Tuck the tailbone, just allow the sacrum to lay flat on your mat. And then take your arms open to either sides of you with your palms up. Your palms up to really receive. And from here, we take a smooth breath in and a long breath out. And if mantra is something that aligns with you or is something that you are open to explore here in Shavasana, And I offer you up this mantra. Thank you. I love you. I am listening. And so this mantra can be something that you come back to again and again in the relationship with yourself. It can also be used to deepen the connection to the people around you, your loved ones, your friends, your family. And so in your head, just with the loving voice that each of you have, you repeat to yourself, thank you. I love you. I'm listening. Thank you. I love you. I'm listening. Thank you. I love you. I'm listening. And carry on with the mantra in your head. Allow space in between. And allow the voice in your head to be sweet, caring, attentive. And allow the mantra to be present one more time. And we actively release the mantra. And take a deep breath in. And a smooth breath out. And as you lay here in your final rest, remember that you can stay here 5, 7, 10 more breaths, just to really allow the chill feeling to soak into every last cell. And this is where we allow integration of the fruits of our practice to stay present, okay, in our mind and our body. And it's from right here that I bow to you. My highest regard and gratitude from deep in my heart to deep in yours. Namaste.